Good morning. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please join me in welcoming Charlie with today's announcements and late announcements. Here's Charlie.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, September 22nd, and it's a white day. For intramural sports are back and open to all students. Join us every Tuesday and Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. in the field house for some friendly competition, and see Mrs. Porter in Student Life if you have any questions. Open mic is back on campus after the Walk for a Healthy Community on Friday afternoon. Please, make your way to Mayo Lounge to show off your talents or just listen and support your friends. Sing a song, share a poem, tell some jokes, pretty much anything you want to share. It runs from 3 to 6 p.m. and coffee, tea, and cookies will be available. Are you a dancer looking for an opportunity to perform at this year's St. JLI game? If so, please see Mrs. Lubowney for details. Happy birthday today to Aubrey Fontaine, Jason King, Jonah Higgins Mate, and Angelina Kelly. Happy birthday. Mate. Oh, okay. Jonah Higgins Mate. Gotcha. Girls golf at Orleans. For sports, we have girls golf at Orleans at 4. Please dismiss the team at 1:30. JV and varsity boys soccer at home versus Essex at 4:30. JVB boys soccer at Lake Region at 4:30. Please dismiss the team at 2:30. JV and varsity volleyball at BFA St. Albans at 4:30 and 6. Please dismiss the teams at 1. JV field hockey at LI at 5:15. And JV football home versus U32 at 6. And then today's weather, or this week's weather, it's going to be like really cold in the morning, every single morning, and then it's going to be get up to mid-60s to low 70s. And I don't know if anybody else had noticed, because I hadn't, but we've been in a drought, so it's going to rain all week too. All right. Okay, I'm also doing late announcements today. So, the following students need to meet Mr. Legge immediately after chapel on the front steps of Fuller for a photo: Sophia Montague, me, Isaac Lenzini, Rain Rashid, and Eiley Stratton. A reminder from the Student Life office: school IDs should be visible throughout the school day. If you have lost your ID, please stop by Student Life and we will provide you with a temporary ID and order a new one for you. Hilltopper mountain biking raced at Proctor Academy on Wednesday in a field of over 300 riders from schools across New England. In the most advanced women's category A, Tilly Lang finished 5th, and men's category B, Brody Dusso finished 3rd. Wow, that's epic. The boys' golf team took 7th in the Newport Invitational at Newport Country Club on Thursday. Girls' golf was 3rd out of 5 teams competing at Basin Harbor on Friday. Hannah Weiger tied for 5th. Girls' cross country won the Danville Invitational on Saturday with a score of 22. Stella Vanderlyn took 1st, and Sarah Lund took 3rd. On Saturday, the boys' varsity cross country team competed in the Manchester Invitational. The boys were led by Joel Thornton Sherman in 20th and Brian Stalker in 24th. The JV team ran in the Danville Invite and were led by Dan Carter's 2nd place finish. Varsity field hockey played a strong game but fell 2-0 to Mount Abraham. Josie Warrior played strong in goal with 14 saves. Varsity girls soccer team came back from a 1-0 deficit to win the first soccer game played on Burton's new turf. St. Johnsbury Academy's goals were from Eiley Stratton and Lucy Moriarty, both assisted by Lainey Cahoon. JV girls soccer lost to Burton. Noelle Washington scored with an assist from Cora Adams. So much awesome things. Yay! Okay, that's it. Have a good Monday and rest of your week. But I'll be back tomorrow, I think.
Thank you, Charlie. That was a big job this morning. And now I'm going to introduce some chapel guests this morning. We have guests from Miss McGarvin's Human Services class. Please help me welcome Ezra, Thea, and Sophia.
Hi everyone, we're from the Intro to Human Services class and are here to talk about the Walk for a Healthy Community and its goal of raising food insecurity. Did you know that a recent UVM study showed that 2 out of 5 Vermonters are food insecure? This means that in each of your classes there are likely multiple students who are struggling with this issue. Food insecurity can be caused by a number of things, including unemployment or the difficult choice people sometimes have to make between paying for housing, a car, or food. For many in rural Vermont, it's also a challenge to get to a store that sells healthy and nutritious food. This is referred to as being in a food desert. Thankfully, we have organizations like NECA. They support Vermonters who struggle with their basic needs through more than 60 different programs and services. NECA is always looking for volunteers to help at their food shelf after school. Volunteering there can even qualify for your National Honor Society service hours. It is open for access Mondays and Wednesdays from 12 to 3. If you or someone you know is facing food insecurity, please remember that NECA is here to help and their contact information is on the screen.
Okay, so now we're going to do some donation addition trivia. So basically, we're going to call on you only if you raise your hand, and it's going to be what is a better donation. Okay, so we have cup mac and cheese or the box kind. Okay, yeah, do it.
You?
Okay, that's correct because it only requires water, and the other kind will require more things like butter and milk, so that is easier for more people to access. Yeah.
Yeah.
There.
A gallon of fresh milk versus dry or shelf-stable milk. Right there? Yes. Dry or shelf-stable is better since NECA doesn't have a lot of refrigeration space, and some folks facing food insecurity, like our on-house population, often don't have a place to store perishable items.
Okay. So fresh veggies or canned veggies? The top in the white. Canned? Correct. Because fresh veggies can get damaged or come bad.
Okay, cash or food? Devlin? Did you say food? Cash. Cash allows NECA to buy things like fresh milk and fresh fruits and vegetables or other items needed that just don't do well in a donation drive.
Okay, so the pop lids or the one that you need the can opener for? Jaden. The pop lid? Yeah, because not a lot of people have access to can openers. But if you can donate a can opener, that would be great.
Okay, candy or chocolate protein granola bars?
Do like a different side.
I don't see a hand.
No, we have to pick from different sections. Oh, in the
I see
red.
the red sweatshirt. Yes. Nutritious food is best, like these granola bars, since they have additional protein and will help people feel fuller for longer.
Okay, students can start bringing in items for the food drive this week. They will be collected by advisors, then brought to Student Life. Thank you for supporting this great organization, and have a wonderful Monday.
Thank you.
Is this all?
So I want to thank Ms. McGarvin's Human Services class. They actually took a trip to NECA and spent some time talking with them about donations and what they need and how they serve our community. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about what makes a community truly healthy. If we look around us, we might first think of hospitals and clinics and fitness centers, and these are certainly important. But a truly healthy community runs much deeper than any medical infrastructure or recreational facilities. A healthy community is one where every member has the opportunity to thrive, where children grow up with enough food to eat and have safe places to play, where families feel supported during difficult times, and where neighbors genuinely look out for one another. It's a place where the well-being of every individual contributes to the strength of the whole, and where the strength of the community lifts up every individual. Here in our school, we can see what a healthy community looks like on a smaller scale. A healthy community is built on respect, where voices are heard and valued. It's characterized by inclusion, where differences are celebrated. We see it in collaboration, where students, teachers, families, and staff work together toward common goals. It thrives on trust between students and educators, trust among peers, and trust that everyone genuinely wants each other to succeed. Here at SJA, we witness empathy in action when students support classmates through difficult times, when teachers go the extra mile to support students who may be struggling, and when we all take responsibility for creating an environment where we feel like we belong. These same principles that make our school community healthy, respect, inclusion, collaboration, trust, and empathy, are exactly what make broader communities healthy too. The lessons we learn and practice here within our school prepare us to be thoughtful, engaged citizens in a larger world. We live in an interconnected web of relationships and resources that extend beyond our campus. When one family in our broader community struggles with food insecurity, it affects everyone. When kids go to school hungry, they can't learn effectively. When parents worry about their next meal, they can't fully focus on their work or their family. When senior citizens skip meals to afford education, we lose all the wisdom and experience that they bring to our community. I've shared before that I know the reality of food insecurity intimately because I lived it. Growing up, my family experienced food insecurity. My parents worked hard, but we were working poor. The money they earned paid our bills, and sometimes that meant that there wasn't enough money left for our groceries. I remember the anxiety that came with not knowing if there would be enough food for the week, the careful calculations my parents made at the grocery store, and yes, even the times when I went to school hungry. I remember the weight of shame that came with needing help, and I also remember the profound impact of the kindness we received from our community. For me, notably, it was the teachers who quietly made sure that I had lunch. I wasn't given food, I was given dignity and hope too. Sorry, I wasn't just given food. Those experiences shaped me and helped make me who I am today, and that's partly why this matters so much to me. Those experiences taught me that food insecurity can happen to anyone, that it's often temporary but always impactful, and that community support can make all the difference between despair and resilience. They showed me that receiving doesn't diminish your worth, that it connects you to a fundamental truth that actually we all need each other. We have the Walk for a Healthy Community because we understand that community health extends beyond individual wellness. It encompasses the well-being of our most vulnerable neighbors, including the growing number of families facing food insecurity right here in our own area. The statistics are sobering. In 2024, NECA served 1,923 unduplicated households, meaning that repeated access to services or support is not counted in that number. Of those 1,923, 1,001 of them were served at the St. Johnsbury location. So far in 2025, NECA has already served 1,419 unduplicated households throughout the Northeast Kingdom. From January until now, NECA has completed 9,803 individual food distributions across the Northeast Kingdom, and 3,600 of those were here in St. Johnsbury. NECA continues to see a year-over-year increase in both the number of households served and the volume of individual services provided. Statistics only tell part of the story, though, because behind every number is a neighbor. Perhaps the family of a classmate whose breadwinner recently lost their job, the elderly couple down the street who's stretching their fixed income to cover rising costs, or a single parent who's working 2 jobs but still struggling to make ends meet. Food insecurity doesn't discriminate. It impacts working families, students, children, and seniors. It can be temporary or chronic, visible or hidden. And for those experiencing it, it's not just about hunger. It's about the stress, the difficult choices, and sometimes the isolation that comes with struggling to meet this most basic need. Here's what gives me tremendous hope, though. We can apply the same principles that we practice in our school community to this broader community. We can address the challenges head on. I've seen it work, and I've lived the difference that community support makes. In classes over the next couple weeks, perhaps you'll learn about nutrition and food systems, about understanding the root causes of hunger, or recognizing the interconnectedness of well-being and building relationships with one another. All of this meaningful learning culminates in action. Just as we've learned that a healthy school requires active participation from everyone, we're discovering that a healthy, broader community requires the same commitment and engagement. My own experience taught me that knowledge without action remains incomplete. Compassion without expression stays hidden. Community without engagement becomes merely geography, and we're more than that. When we act together, we create the opportunity for powerful change. That's exactly why our upcoming Walk for a Healthy Community and Food Drive for NECA matters so much, and why I hope you can see that it matters to you too. This event represents an opportunity for our learning, our caring, and our commitment to come together for positive change. Every step we take together represents our shared dedication to community health. Every can we collect is a tangible expression of our care for our neighbors and a concrete investment in our community's well-being. Every can we collect could be the one that helps a family through a difficult week. Every dollar might provide fresh produce to help a child concentrate better in school. Every step we take together sends the message that no one in our community faces these challenges alone. Generosity is certainly involved, but this is not just about charity. This isn't just about exercise, though physical activity benefits everybody. This is about taking the values we've cultivated in our school community: respect, inclusion, collaboration, and empathy, and extending them outward. It's about building toward the kind of broader community where everyone has the foundation they need to be healthy, productive, and hopeful. It's about creating a culture of mutual support where helping others becomes as natural as helping ourselves. When we walk together, we're not just exercising our bodies, we're exercising our values. We're demonstrating that health is both individual and collective, and that wellness extends beyond ourselves to encompass our whole community. We're showing the collaborative spirit that we've built in our school and that it can create positive change in our world beyond campus. When we donate food and money, we're not just filling the shelves at NECA, we're filling the gap between need and abundance, between struggle and stability. NECA serves hundreds of families each month, and the need continues to grow. But so does our capacity to respond with compassion and action. Every can of soup, box of cereal, and jar of peanut butter is more than nutrition. It's hope and dignity and a powerful message that in our community, no one faces these challenges alone. Having been on the receiving end of this kind of generosity, I can tell you that it represents much more than food. It represents the best of what a community can be. A healthy community, whether it's our school or our broader neighborhood, is built through countless acts of connection, compassion, and commitment. It grows stronger through shared experiences like our upcoming walk, through generous gestures like our food drive, and through the ongoing relationships that we build with one another. It flourishes when we recognize that our individual well-being is connected to the well-being of our neighbors, both in school and beyond. As we prepare for the walk and the food drive, I hope that we remember that we're not just participants, we're community builders. We're neighbors caring for neighbors. We're not just walkers, we're people stepping forward together toward a healthier, more supportive community for everyone. My experiences growing up taught me that receiving help doesn't make you weak, it makes you a part of a community. And giving help doesn't mean you're superior, it just makes you human. Together, we can ensure that every family in our community has the support that they need. On Friday, you'll have the chance in your advisories to decide how your advisory group wants to help, whether that's through traditional food drive, Thanksgiving basket donations, and/or donating money. When we return from the walk this year, you're going to have a chance to do something new, to remember all the ways our community is healthy, through wholesome traditions, physical activity, art, laughter, music, and fun. More on that later in the week, but for now, I want to thank you in advance for your partnership in this effort. It truly does make a difference. Let's make our community healthier, stronger, and more connected, one step and one can at a time. Have a great Monday, everyone. Faculty.